Marcel walked into his Tuesday meeting with a printed copy of his Q3 results. 16 new accounts. Revenue 22% above target. 3 commendations from client stakeholders submitted directly to HR. He had been told 4 months ago that numbers like these would put him in a different conversation. He sat down across from his manager. She smiled. She said his work had been outstanding. Then she said the promotion cycle was moving in a different direction this year. What Marcel didn't see was the meeting that happened 6 days earlier, not on his calendar. In a conference room on the 11th floor, his manager sat with her director, the VP of sales, and 2 regional leads. Marcel's name came up for 7 minutes. His manager had a different candidate in mind, one she had been building a case for since February. By the time Marcel walked in with his printed results, the decision had already been sealed. His manager did not make that decision on Tuesday. She announced it. That meeting is happening at your company right now. Not because the system is broken, because that is exactly how the system was built to run. Your career is being evaluated in rooms you cannot access, by conversations you were never told were scheduled. The criteria are completely different from what you were given. Stay with me through the end of this video. I am going to show you exactly what is happening in that room, why your results are not the whole story, and 5 moves that change what gets said about you when you're not there. The last one is the one most people never figure out until it's too late. Every company that runs formal performance reviews runs something else first. It is called a calibration session, a closed-door meeting where managers compare their direct reports before any review is delivered. A Society for Human Resource Management report found that 84% of Fortune 500 companies use calibration meetings to finalize performance ratings before employees are told anything. You were never told this meeting existed. You were never invited. Your manager walks in with a roster. Every name gets placed: top performer, solid contributor, development needed, or a quiet designation that never appears in writing, but everyone in the room understands immediately. Your manager has roughly 90 seconds per person to make the case. 90 seconds. The first manager reports results. They say, Marcel closed 16 accounts, exceeded target by 22%, received strong client feedback. That is a record of what happened. The second manager runs narrative. They say, Marcel is exactly the person we are positioning for senior leadership. I have been investing in him specifically. He is ready for this next level. The difference between those 2 sentences is not about Marcel's performance. It is about whether his manager decided to spend political capital on him. This is the sponsorship gap. Your results go into a spreadsheet. What goes into that room is your manager's belief in you and their willingness to say it out loud. Marcel had the results. What he did not have was a manager willing to say his name like a bet. That is a narrative carry problem, and it is completely fixable if you know what to fix. Think about a courtroom where the verdict is written before opening arguments begin. That is what the calibration meeting is. The review you sit in is not the decision. It is the announcement of a decision that was made somewhere you are not allowed to go. Your job is not to perform better at the trial. Your job is to change what gets decided in the back room. Here are the 5 moves. Move 1. Audit your manager's narrative, not your performance. Most people who want a promotion double down on delivery. More output, harder hours, cleaner work. That is the wrong variable. The question is not, what have I delivered? The question is, what story does my manager tell about me when I am not in the room? Ask your manager this specific sentence. When my name comes up in senior conversations, how would you describe where I'm headed? Listen for one thing: present tense or future tense. Present tense, Marcel is a strong performer, means they see you as fixed. Future tense, Marcel is someone we are building toward the next level, means someone is carrying your name forward as an asset. That ain't the same relationship. Move 2. Give your manager a sentence they can repeat without thinking. In the calibration room, your manager is under pressure. They are not going to rebuild your entire story from memory. Give them a portable sentence, one that positions you as an investment in the next level, not a report on the current one. Something like, I have been leading cross-functional work that gave me direct exposure to how decisions get made at the director level. That sentence signals upward trajectory and that you already operate above your pay grade. They just had to remember it. Move 3. Understand the currency in the calibration room. That meeting does not run on fairness. It runs on political capital, and political capital is distributed unevenly. A manager with high credibility can protect an average candidate. A manager with low standing cannot protect a great one. Ask yourself one question. Can my manager win fights in that room? Do they interrupt, or do they get interrupted? Do they propose, or do they concede? Your promotion is partly your results, partly your manager's standing. If your manager cannot hold ground in that room, your numbers will not save you. That is not cynical. That is the system. Move 4. Build what I call the portable result. In the calibration room, decisions happen fast. What sticks are data points that can be repeated in one sentence by someone who has never spoken to you. Not Marcel is well regarded by clients. That is soft. Instead, Marcel is the reason we retained the Callaway account. That was a $2.3 million renewal that was at risk. That sentence is portable. It survives the room. Every quarter, you need one portable result. One number, one account, one outcome sharp enough to travel 3 levels up without distortion. Move 5. Know who is in that room, and stop pretending they are not. The calibration meeting has decision makers beyond your direct manager. The VP who has seen your name in a deck. The director who has heard about you secondhand. The senior manager who manages your manager. They are the process. Find ways to create legitimate visibility with at least one of them per quarter. Not performance for its own sake. Contribution that lands on their radar before the calibration meeting. An insight shared in a cross-functional meeting. A problem you solved that touched their team. When your name comes up in that room, you want at least one person beyond your direct manager to already have a sentence ready. That is how you stop being a name on a roster. That is how you become a case someone is making. Marcel had the results. He lost the room because nobody in it was carrying his name forward. The calibration meeting does not care what you delivered. It cares what story is worth telling about you. Your job is not to perform harder. Your job is to make sure the right story exists, and that someone believes in it enough to say it out loud when you are not there. If this video showed you something your HR packet never will, hit the like button right now. Subscribe to the corporate agenda. We are not here to motivate you. We are here to show you how the system actually runs. Drop a comment. Does your manager talk about you in the present tense or the future tense? I read everyone.